The most powerful hurricane to make landfall this year already rocked Mexico. Now the remnants of that storm are hitting the southwest. California was pummeled by high wind and rains overnight, enough to topple planes.
And as flooding moves across the desert, people in Arizona are stacking their yards high with sandbags. Now New Mexico is under a state of emergency, putting the National Guard and Homeland Security on standby. Action 7 reporter Matt Howerton is live in the southwest part of the state, which could get hit the hardest. But first, meteorologist Joe Diaz has been following these storms all day. Joe, what's the latest?
Well, first of all, we have the remnant moisture that we're tracking. Let's go ahead and go to the satellite map if we can. That's over the southern portion of Arizona. Notice the waves of moisture coming off of it. Here's one big wave, soaking rains from Las Cruces on into White Sands Missile Range in El Paso. Another one will be working up over the southwest and more behind it as it tracks across southern and eastern portions of New Mexico. A flash flood warning was just issued around the White Sands Missile Range for drenching rains there. There's already been a car that's been swept away in a water rescue in downtown El Paso. A flash flood watch continues across the southern half of the state, and look at the moisture that's been accumulating. When those waves of moisture are showing you go over this wet ground, an inch or two could produce some widespread flash flooding. We'll have more about the flood-prone areas coming up in my First Alert forecast.
People in the southwestern part of the state are keeping a close eye on the skies tonight.
In Grand County, crews will be monitoring creeks and arroyos as more rain moves in. Action 7 News reporter Matt Howerton is live in Silver City to show how people and first responders are getting ready.
Doug and Shelley, we're near Silver City High School right now, and creeks like this behind me are what Grant and Sierra County officials are paying close attention to. We're not too far from the road, but you can see the runoff going into the creek. Now, creeks like this and others in the area aren't gushing right now, but they may be in a few hours. What's left of Hurricane Odile began making its way into southwestern New Mexico Wednesday. Sandbags were at the ready in Silver City, and crews were patrolling flood trouble spots throughout the night, with more than 3 inches of rain predicted for parts of southwestern New Mexico. Yesterday, this creek near Deming was running strong after a storm. People hope things don't get quite so bad in their backyards.
We need it in moderation, little at a time.
So flooding is not something you'd want to...
No way.
But some welcome the rain.
As long as it's nice and steady like this and the ground can soak most of it up, yeah, the rivers and creeks are going to rise. But it's better, you know, because we need the rain.
Grant County isn't alone. These photos of torn up roads were taken in Sierra County after a storm hit Hillsborough and TRC last night. Officials there are on alert as well, having learned valuable lessons from flooding that rocked the area last year.
As far as the volunteer fire departments knowing where they had issues and to keep track of those, having people on standby for if we had to evacuate animals or people. So we have all of those procedures in place now.
Officials are warning the public to be vigilant tonight and to stay away from any crossings or roads that look unsafe, and to not take any risks if you run into flooding. In Silver City tonight, Matt Howerton, KOAT Action 7 News.